Welcome to the 27th episode of the Decompression Chamber. I'm your host, Mario. I'd like to give a special birthday shout out to my auntie Mollis. Happy birthday. And to my friend Anando, happy birthday. I don't know why, but that's when people are born a certain day, you celebrate them making it another year around the earth. No, another year around the sun. Look at me, speaking dumb astronomy. Anyway, our opening quote is going to be from Walt Whitman. The quote goes, "What is that you express in your eyes? It seems to me more than all the print I have read in my life."
No doubt that I'll never be without my damn brain. Closed mouth, I'm clever and I know my damn shame. No cloud to the better, no one know my damn name. No bow, that's your what I guess.
So yeah, it's the 22nd of February today, making it like nearly 3 months since I've been back. It's a day of triumph for me. I just got my essay result back, the first essay that I did at uni, and I got a good result. I was happy with the feedback that I got, and I'm in a strange way looking forward to doing another essay, but not in the way that you'd normally expect to. They told us that we might be able to do the next one as a video essay, and I love video essays about films, so I think I'll find the process of making them very enjoyable. So I got that good result. I finished writing my script and recorded the voiceover for my documentary, which is due later this week, so I'm happy about that. It's weird to try and put on a fake documentary voice. It's like, you have to keep your tone consistent, but you're not too emotional, but you don't want to be too monotone. It's a bit of a weird balance to strike, and I don't know whether I'm fully qualified for the job, but sometimes in this life it's about trying. But yeah, so that's another triumph that I've had. What else? Oh yeah, they announced that practical courses are going to be back face-to-face on the 8th of March, so that means I hopefully should be back within the next couple of weeks. I've been lucky enough to be very nice and comfortable at home, but realistically I've wanted to get out of here for a while, so I'm waiting to hear from my halls to see whether they're opening up again. I sent them a meme this morning of the gif of "let me in" from the Eric Andre show, but I doubt that's going to have any sway in the final decision in terms of whether the halls reopens. But yeah, just been a day where I've appreciated just being happy, just enjoying my successes, keeping going on my works in progress, and just now that I am going to be going, I guess I'm appreciating the fact that I'm with my family more, It's definitely something that I've been taking for granted recently, but that's just naturally bound to happen when I want to be elsewhere, I'm sure it's not great hearing, like, a son that you care about, like, complaining all the time that he's at home, I'm sure it hasn't been the easiest thing for my family to deal with, but I've tried my best and they've been very understanding, so, it'll be sad when I go either way. But yeah, today I've just been chilling, listening to lots of, old jazzy Brazilian music from compilations on YouTube. If you've got a spare minute, search up Manha De Carnaval. It's a song that I might link below if I'm not lazy when I'm uploading this. But yeah, I even made myself a couple of prompt post-it notes in case I had a dead moment. And considering it feels slightly like that, I'm going to pick the top one. Hint, it wasn't the top one. But anyway, I wanted to talk about the fact that I believe myself to be the #1 Jake Gyllenhaal fan in the world. And I don't think this is necessarily measured by, like, whether I have a cardboard cutout of him in my room, or whether or not I have pictures of him in, like, a shrine at uni, or any other crazy things that I can never imagine a fan of movies doing. I think that just having an appreciation for someone and their art, in terms of how much you value it, just in general, is enough. Like, I think Jake Gyllenhaal's a bloody beast, yeah. Like, here's an example. Spoilers for Spider-Man Far From Home, if you haven't seen them. But if you care, you've probably seen it already. Their villain of Spider-Man was Mysterio, which in the comics, everybody knew... sorry, I said that up wrong. Going into the film, they set up one of the heroes that working with Spider-Man as Mysterio. But Mysterio is a comic book villain. Like, in the comics, he's a villain always trying to mess up Spider-Man shit. But, so I knew going in that Mysterio was going to be a villain. and Mysterio in this film was played by Jake Gyllenhaal. I should have made that clear. But anyway, so I'm going in knowing that Jake Gyllenhaal is going to be the villain of the movie, and I'm like, this. I know this is. But in the end of the day, like, he did such a good job of coming off as like trustworthy and like a good guy, and like obviously he has good writing as well. But I thought that Jake Gyllenhaal just knocked it out of the park. And I mean, if I was going to talk about any performance, I'd jump straight to Nightcrawler, because honestly, Nightcrawler is like one of my favourite films I've watched like ever. Full stop. It's a film about Jake Gyllenhaal's character. Like, he's a bit of a weird guy, but he kind of starts to gain success in like recording live footage from accidents for news. And like it's about his journey as a news videographer, as it were, or a nightcrawler. People who kind of would drive up to accidents and film them so that they could sell footage to the news, you know. And the film itself is good. It's high paced. It's tense. It's got lots of like intricate moments of like dark human reality. But at the end of the day, what really sells it is Gyllenhaal's performance. He's such an intense character, but like with this like strange unnerving charm. Like he knows exactly the right things to say, but he can't communicate them in a way that's like warm or human. It's like a very cold, removed person trying to like interact with the human world almost. And I mean, like, I could just talk for days. Like, I'm a big Zodiac fan. I didn't really like the ending of the film. Like, obviously they didn't find the Zodiac killer, so that's not what I'm disputing. More like the pacing of the film felt quite long, you know. It's 2 hours and 40 minutes or something like that, and when it gets to the 2 hour mark, for me, it's kind of like, yeah, all right, there's still a lot to be done here. I don't know. I have a particular thing about pacing in movies. Like, I want it to be fast paced, obviously, but at the same rate, I don't want it to be slow. And if there's a moment where it really drags, it can often take me out of a movie. So you combine that with my issues about closure as well, and you've got a real, you know, there's lots of Venn diagrams that you got to meet for me to properly appreciate a film, in a weird way. That's if I'm like actively watching it and like thinking about it. But yeah, I mean, I'm a big fan of Gyllenhaal. I'm a big fan of like Christian Bale, Hugh Jackman, Keanu Reeves, that kind of lot. I mean, recently I've been watching. What have I been watching? I've been watching some. I've been watching anime a lot, but it's just like I watched a couple of films recently that were like those kind of cheesy Oscar bait kind of ones, but I don't know. Sometimes I don't appreciate the whole acting art enough as much as it could be done. You know, there's all those compilations online, like best acting compilations of all time, but like, in my opinion, what makes those moments so good is built by the context of the film itself. It's like, if you watch a funny moments compilation, it kind of, something that makes that so weightful is like you don't see it coming. So I feel like those compilations kind of water it down sometimes. I don't know whether that has any hindrance or makes any sense, but for some reason, oh yeah, I was going to talk about, no, I already talked about that. I was going to talk about the show Sex Education. It's kind of a weird show because it's kind of an amalgamation of British and American, like, adolescent kind of cultural, or like, it's set in England, but the school that it's set in as well is like very, very Americanized, so it's kind of strange. But what's really annoying to me is that the main character, Otis, played by Asa Butterfield, is just a bland, wet blanket of a character. He's not compelling in any way to me. Like, his kind of character traits are that he's shy, he's nice, and he's kind of anxious, like, and that's kind of it. Like, obviously there's more complexity to it. I'm oversimplifying it, but it's just like, he's just not really given much as a character, and he's not that compelling to me. The female lead, I don't know what the name of the actress is, forgive me, but the character's name, Maeve, in my opinion, she should be the main character of the show. She's super well developed and like fleshed out. She has like lots of conflicting storylines and interesting character dynamics. I think Maeve should be the main character, truthfully, and that show does very well of like maintaining multiple storylines with compelling like character kind of interactions and stuff like that. But I don't know, I get this feeling from watching stuff that there's so many bland protagonists, you know? It's like, most of the time it's just lazy writing. It's like, come on, let's give this more juice, let's give this more heft, you know? I've been meaning to watch The Emperor's New Groove, but recently I I've been trying to practice some delayed gratification because I've got some work to do, and you know, there's other things. Sometimes, for example, like I'll wait to watch an episode of Full Metal Alchemist until after I've done my daily workout kind of thing, or maybe I'll wait to watch a film after a moment where I've done a big significant chunk of work, so I feel like I'm either on track or staying ahead kind of thing, you know. And it does help. It helps me kind of keep my shit organized. But like even filming this video, I only did after I did the voiceover because I didn't want to let it get in the way of my work, even though technically, like, I've got so much free time, I should be putting the work away easy, but, you know, it's very easy to just be lying in that bed, just like, nah, you know what, I'm gonna browse the internet, watch YouTube all day, and, you know, let the sunshine burn away as I sit inside. But, you know, there's plenty of time in the future to be outside and be doing stuff, so I take everything with a grain of salt, and, you know, hopefully stuff will get better. I mean, right now, I've been telling people recently that I'm done getting my hopes down. I'm keeping my hopes up now, you know. Even if stuff goes badly, I'm still going to keep my hopes up because I've spent enough time not being hopeful, and it's just like, it doesn't make the situation any better. It just means that you don't think of anything better, you know. So I'm going to try and shift my perspective so that I can shift my attitude so that I can improve my experience. But yeah, I've ran over a bit longer than I normally do this time, but you know, initially I planned this to be 5 minutes each episode, so you never know, in the future this could be a 10-minute, 20-minute, 25, God knows, even an hour thing, if I ever had an hour of things to speak about in a row without, you know, tying myself into a knot. But yeah, I hope whatever works in progress you have, keep progressing. And I will remind myself in moments like these that I am not owed happiness, so I must be grateful and appreciate it whenever I have it. Anyway, have a good whatever, and I appreciate lots for you watching this video. Pow.
Cap on for the shade. I don't wanna give myself no option, so I drop the visor just to wake up. Ain't no tripping over pay stubs, ain't no tripping on the vague stuff. All the things that I can make up, I might think of not a maker.